Hi traders, and welcome to the weekly update report. My name is Paul. In this video, we're going to look at the S&P, the Nasdaq, and for my friends from Florida, Bitcoin. So let's get started. This is the chart for the S&P. This is the futures contract. And from the April low, I can count 5 waves now. So we've got 1, 2, and then they did a 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5. This is all for the third wave. And they made this sideways correction here for 4. And now we're going up for the fifth wave, but we're not done yet because I just see 3 waves in. And we should be getting 5 waves. This is the line in the sand. Once this breaks 71.31, then that would signify that the fifth wave is in. But I don't believe that they'll break that before they go back up one more time for the 73 to break 7,300. So I'm going to remove that line. All right. So yeah, so a little bit more up in the fifth wave, and we can drill down just to see where we are in this fifth wave. So here's 3 and 4. And then this is 1. This was 2 here back April 29. This part gets a little hard to read on what they're doing. I think it could be a running flat. And so if price stalls in this purple with the green outline, stalls in here and then goes up and breaks it, then instead of this being a running flat, I think what's going to happen is this was actually 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this will be 4 going up for 5. So it really doesn't matter. I only want to be buying. I think this is going up in a diagonal because I don't think that this was 5 waves, because I have it as like 1, 2, and 3, and then a correction, and then still just 3 more waves. So it was like a big WXY. So I think we're going up in a diagonal, and this was a diagonal for 1, 3 waves here for 2. So I don't think the third wave is done. So if it will, if it comes down into this range under 72.36, especially if it hits like 72.16, then the third wave is in. It did hit the target already. It's just like I said, I think this is a running flat, and this would be 5 waves, and we need 3 waves. And so I'm expecting this to like be the A, the B, and then the C, and that will be the third wave, and then they'll come down for the 4 and then go back up for the 5. So that's why I feel very confident that 7,300 will be broken again, and I think it'll actually be broken twice because they'll go up for the third wave, come back down. We got to see how high this wave goes to target where the fourth wave would be, and then they'll go and break that high, whatever that high is, again. So yeah, more up. I want to see which of these 2 zones holds. If it's this one, then this will be the third wave will still be up there somewhere. But if it does drift down, and we'll know. I mean, we might know Sunday night when the futures opens, but definitely on Monday we'll know if it's going to drift down into here, or if they're going to like just take it up and break the high again. So yeah, I just can't tell what this little area was, but either way, I'm only buying. I'll only want to be buying until I can count a complete 5-wave move up. Or, like I said, once that breaks. But quite frankly, I mean, like if it gets below 71.96, I'd be getting a little worried. The only other pattern that could possibly see is they're making a really, really big ending diagonal, because then this could be A, B, and then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for C, and that could be just wave one, and then maybe they'll give a big correction for wave two. And if that happens, so if they do come down in under 71.96 and then retrace, like then this fifth wave is going way, way higher. And this is going to be a super extended fifth wave. But I just feel like we're so far extended. RSI has got serious divergence. MACD's got strong divergence. Like we've just ripped so much. I can't imagine that they would just be making this would have been wave one of 5, what they hit on Friday. I don't believe that. So that's why I lean more towards that being 1 and this is 2. And it's just a matter, is the 3 in, or they got one more for 3, give a 4, and then still one more up for 5. That's what I lean towards. So let's see. One of these two zones we'll find out early next week. But up is the direction, and it's just a matter of what the pattern is. All right, let's move on to the Nasdaq, and yeah, pretty much the exact same pattern. This one I feel a little bit more like this one is not a running flat here. It's a clear 1, 2, 3 there, and then they gave a 3-wave correction down, and now they gave like a little 1, 2, 3. I'm almost thinking like they might come down just a little bit. This might be like a leading diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, come down maybe just a little bit more into this purple box. So like 27, in the low 700s. That before, and then go up for 5. And then you'd have a leading diagonal. They'll now make a correction and then still go up, because the third wave target on this is up here at 28,000, because I'm very confident that they're going up in the diagonal, because this is a clear 1, 2, 3 wave move. I can't count 5 waves. So 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3 for 2. This could be all of 3, and they just failed to hit the target for some reason. It seems odd. But I mean, if price were to come down into under 27,570, so somewhere in this range, all right, then the 3 is in, because then we'll get a big 3-wave move down to here, and that'll be 4. And then you're going up for the 5th wave of the 5th wave. And so then you want to be very cautious when that happens. But I don't think the 3rd wave is done yet on this one. It looks like they're making like a leading diagonal correction and down, and then that'll get you up into this blue box here, which is what, 28,000 to 28,200s, and that'll be 3. And then they'll come down for 4 and then go back up for 5. So just like the S&P, up is the only direction I can see for the Nasdaq. Well, we're in the 5th wave. So 1, 2, 3, little running flat for 4. And now, like I said, 1, 2, and we should be going up a little bit more for 3, down for 4, and then up for 5. So still more up, but you're not playing for much. if you buy the 4, you got to know that you're only holding it until this fifth wave completes, and then after that, I'd want to be getting out, because then you're going to get this whole thing from the March low will be done, and then we're going to get some type of healthy correction, and that's all it will be a correction, I believe. I don't think that this is the 5 and then we're coming like way down for the big correction. I think this is just this will be just the first wave of the fifth wave. We're in the fifth wave. I think all of these 5 waves is just one. Correct down for 2, and then it's going to take off again. So yeah, I'd want to be a little cautious up here, because you're going to be able to buy probably a couple thousand points lower. Okay, and Bitcoin. So pretty much the same as the markets. I see up, but it's just a matter of what this pattern is. So this over, well, let me zoom out, go to a 4-hour chart. So, back here last October, we made the high 126,000. And then we came down and finally made a correction, ABC correction down. Now, I'm going to zoom back out here, go to a daily. Let me go out to a weekly, just show the whole thing. I got this as 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can't imagine that it took, when did Bitcoin start, basically? In 2015 or so. Really started taking off here, 2017. That's when I kind of got introduced into Bitcoin, actually into all the trading. I can't imagine from 2017 to 2025, it took this long to make 5 waves. And this is going to be all the correction. A, B, C. Now, it did come right down into the perfect buy zone, but that many years and then just a few months, and now you're going to go and break the high again. Like this is 1. This 5 waves turns into 1, and this was 2. I can't imagine we're going up for 3 already. So, could be wrong. Meets all the criteria. 3 waves down into the green box, into the buy zone. I think that this is probably just A. And now we're making a B move, and then you're going to still come down one more time, probably get closer to the bottom. So 50,000 ish, somewhere in here. And it'll just take up a whole lot more time. It'll look a little bit more usual, a usual type correction. Now it could be wrong, so we'll watch this step by step. So if we just drill into the 4-hour, what we've had from the February low is just an A, B, ending diagonal C. So ABC. And then we had a 3-wave move down. And now I can count 5 waves to here, but now they broke that high. And I think this is all an expanding flat. And so I'm really curious. Come on, I can't get on this. I'm really going to be curious to see what they do when they come up into this blue box. If it stalls out in the blue box, so that is at 81,000 up to almost 85,000. If it stalls out there and then comes down, it makes a pretty healthy size correction. Now you're starting to look at the possibility of a diagonal, because 3 waves over here and then 3 down, and then this would all be A, B, and then C up here. And then if you get the 3-wave correction, now you're starting to look at like this would be, that would finish 3, and then that would be 4. And then if they go up again, now you got 5 waves. It's not super aggressive. It's just kind of more flattish. That's the only problem. But, if it does hit that third wave target, it doesn't matter what it looks like. But, if you're bullish, that is definitely what you want to see, because it's not going up impulsively. This is definitely 3 to there, correction, and then 5 up. So if we're going up, it's a diagonal. So that'd be 1, 2, 3. Then you want to see that 4, and then you definitely need to see the 5, and then you're going to get a big correction, and then that definitely becomes viable, because it's going to go in and at least break that high. And if you're bullish and you think that the correction is done, then this would be 1 and 2, and then you're going up for 3, you're going to get a 4, and then you're still going to go up, and maybe the 5th wave will come and break it. But that's the playbook for the bulls. They need to, you need to see 5 waves, let it correct, and then buy that correction. All right, so that's what I see on the market. Hope it helps. Please like and subscribe. Helps me out. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.